Hi, Tanya from Created Health, Nutrition and Fitness. So as you know, I like to talk to you about research and what's going on rather than just be like everybody else making these wide sweeping statements. I like to give you scientific evidence and facts in regards to your health and your well-being. Now, when we consider well-being, we look at ourselves, body, mind, spirit. We look at our diet, our exercise, our lifestyle, and our environment all make up health and well-being. So I'm looking at a research paper, and look, I've wanted to do this for a long time, and it quite upsets me, I suppose is the best way to describe this to you, in the fact that this has been going on for a very long time. Some people are aware, some people are not aware, and it's upsetting. It is upsetting. So and there's been a few books out about it, but more and more research is being made. And the research paper I'm looking at is maternal Chlormequat Chloride exposure disrupts embryonic growth and produces postnatal adverse effects. So Chlormequat Chloride, what is it? How do we get exposed to it? And this is the interesting thing about it, because let me just bring something up. I don't think you'll be able to see it, but it is approved in Australia, and unfortunately Chlormequat Chloride is the most commonly used plant growth regulator throughout the world. So it's not just one country, it's throughout the world. But here in Australia, where I live, it is actually applied to our crops, and the chemical is used for grain crops, which includes wheat. And the interesting thing is it is approved for use in Australia and is registered under the Australian Pesticide and Veterinarian Medical Authority. So it's not as if it's something obscure that we don't know about, that hasn't been around for a while. But it is classified as a hazardous substance in the workplace by Safe Work Australia due to the risk of harm if swallowed or if it comes into contact with skin. So as you can see, Chlormequat Chloride is not just something that we don't know about and you can't find out about it. So what it is a chemical that is used, and the reason why farmers are using it on their crop is so that it stunts the growth of the crop, especially with wheat. So wheat gets really tall, and because it gets the stems of the wheat plant get so tall, the weight of the wheat at the top of the stem weighs down the stem and bends and breaks the stem and has adverse effects. So by spraying the crop with Chlormequat Chloride, it actually stunts the growth of the stem. So it gives a short crop, and therefore we can get more wheat per stem. So from a agricultural point of view, it's quite interesting because it gives the ability for a greater crop, as far as the amount that is sown, the amount that is yielded from that sow is increased. So this is why it's used, and this is why they love it. However, the research is showing it is really detrimental. And the sad thing is, you're not going to see it on your information panel on your packaged food. And like I said, it's used in wheat and oats, those sorts of things. So people that have, especially Quakers oats, and Quakers oats are used worldwide, predominantly in America, but we also have it on our oats here in Australia, whether they're Quaker or not, and in our wheat and grain products. Now, not only is it in wheat and grain, which I thought was very, very interesting, but it's on our processed foods. So things like your muesli bars and your granola bars and your baked goods, if you go to the bakery and you get pastries and those sorts of foods that are made using wheat. It's also found in our animal plants. So animal foods, I mean, not just plant foods. So it's found in eggs, it's found in beef, it's found in poultry. And a lot of this is because of the feed that stock are given. The farmers are feeding their beef cattle. They are giving them foods that are laced with this particular pesticide, because it is actually a pesticide as well. And this is why we don't see it on labels, because it's classified as a pesticide and not an ingredient. So when you go to the shop to look for it, it's not going to be on that information panel, even though the product that you are purchasing, say your cereal product, is if it is a wheat based, which most cereals are wheat or oat based, it is going to contain chlormequat chloride. So this is the problem with it. And then because it is in our food source, there is research that's been done around it, and the research around it has looked at the levels that are in our bodies as we consume it. Now, our body does break it down. So the longer it's in the system, the weaker it becomes, because our body does break it down. But in the interim, it does have detrimental effects, particularly if you are looking at conception and pregnancy, because it does impact the growing embryo in a negative way, which is what the problem with this is. And not only does it have a problem, create a problem with the growing embryo, but we know that there are postnatal adverse effects to this as well. And there hasn't been a lot of talk about it in regards to the developing fetus and the postnatal effects, and this is what I wanted to address. I feel like I'm going to have to do a second video for a part 2 to really break it down, to really let you know. But unfortunately, with the research, because it is unethical to do research and study on pregnant women and unborn babies, or even newborn babies, all the research that has been done on this has been in a rat model. So they use animal research, and rats are predominantly used because they are the closest to humans when it comes to looking at the effects that things have on our human body. So when they do the animal research, there is a dosage that they use, and it's dispensed as 5 milligrams per kilo of body weight, and this is equal to 10 times the human allowance. The ADI, which is tenfold, is referred to as the risk factor for humans. So this is how the research was done with rats. Now, I do want to go deeper into the research so that you understand, because at the end of the day, as I always say, your health is your wealth, and it's up to us as individuals to educate ourselves and be aware of what is out there and what is happening. So this is part 1. I'm going to do a part 2. Remember to like, Remember to follow if you want to hear more information like this and what research is saying, and not just somebody that has ideas or that heard something from, you know, secondhand or third hand. This is evidence-based research that I am bringing to you. So stay tuned for part 2 of the breakdown of this research.